OMG, I just love this problem. One leg of a right triangular piece of land has a length of 24 yards. The hypotenuse has a length of 74 yards. The other leg has a length of 10x yards. What is the value of x? We got this. All right, so the good news is they gave us the hypotenuse, 74. That's going to be opposite of our right angle. So what I can do is I can go straight across, straight up and down, make a 90-degree angle. And what I can say is 24 yards is either here or here. So let's go 24 there. Now this here is 10x. Okay, but I don't know what x is. So we can leave this empty right now and solve for this side using the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Once I figure out what value goes there, then I'm going to be able to say that's equal to 10x and just algebraically solve it. But a lot of my students did not figure that out. They were very confused by this because of that 10x. So what I would do, there's a couple ways you can go about this. I think the smartest way is saying 24 squared plus b squared, we don't know, b squared equals 74, which is my hypotenuse, opposite of the right angle, 74 squared. Remember, we always have to have the hypotenuse where the c is. These are our legs of a right triangle. So now what I got to do is I got to figure out what 24 squared is. I'll write that down. Figure out what 74 squared is. I'll write that down. So I'm going to grab a quick calculator to do that. All right, we square 24 and get 576. 576 plus unknown squared equals 74 squared. So we just want to do 74 times 74. It's going to give me 5,476. Oh, that's so weird. It's just weird, bizarre to see it like that. Odd math. Okay, now what we got to do, we got to inverse operate this out of the way. So we're trying to get b all alone. We got to figure out what b is all by itself. So we're going to take away 576. Cancels out. That was a positive 576. We subtract 576 to say you're gone. Minus 576. Okay, so if we take away 576 from 5,476, that's going to drop me down to 4,900. Yep. Okay. And that's equal to b squared. Now, to get rid of this exponent of 2, we just do the inverse of squaring, which is to square root, and that will cancel out the exponent of 2. Square root the other side. So if you take the square root of 4,900, now 4,900 sure looks like one of those fancy numbers that we use, right? 49, square root of 49, 7. So square root of 4,900 is going to be 70. So now what we know is that this side here has to be 70, which makes sense because 74 has to be our longest side, being the hypotenuse. So we got a 24 by 70, and 74 is our hypotenuse. But remember, we want to figure out what x is. So we have one more step to go. We need to say 10x was this side. Since we found this side is equal to 70, we can say 10x is equal to 70. And then we can solve for x by dividing by 10. Dividing by 10, x would be a 7 in this problem. Hopefully this makes sense. Study hard and good luck on your upcoming test.